Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about how to take a feature that you've added into your 3D model and make it into a pattern following a path. And this is in Fusion 360 as a reminder, and here we go. This is the part that I've made, kind of like a modified gear cam. And you can see right here, I have this little notch that's been cut in. And I really would like to have this for personal reasons. All the way on this path and even circle all the way up around. And so how would I do that? One, you could draw it all the way out, take forever to do, or you can go over to create, down to pattern, and right here, pattern on path. I'm going to cover this one specifically in a little bit, just because it's a little bit different than the other two. And right away, you can see it's asking for either a pattern type for a face. In this instance, that would work since we have just a face, and especially it's just a cutout part. You can also change that to bodies if I had multiple parts, or actual physical objects I wanted to use a pattern with. I can also use it as if it's a feature. So I could, instead of clicking on this face, I could actually come down here and click on this part that's been cut out right here. And then last we have components, which I covered a little bit about what components are. They're a little different in some other videos. So first we're going to click on the object we want. We're just going to use the face because that works real well in this instance. And we're just going to click right there. And it's going to give us two options. It's going to give us how we want to copy this feature throughout. We can either use identical or we can use direct path direction. Typically, I'm going to almost always use path direction, but I'll show you what identical does. Next, we have which directions we can send it. And this is the directions on the path that you're going to be using. So in this instance, we're going to be going on this edge right here. And that's one direction, or we can go the other direction, or we could do both at the same time. Again, I'm just going to leave it on this one direction. And you can also change both of these features right here as well. Next, we want to actually select the path. So we're just going to choose this guy right here. And you can see with this distance, we have, we can enter it here or we can enter it here. This currently, for the distance type, is set for how far of a distance on the path you want from your first instant to your last instant. And so for right now, let's just put 2 inches. And so the beginning first instant is right here, last instant is right here. And already we can see a little bit of a problem. So if you zoom in on this instant, you can see that it's trying to make this pattern cut, but it's not going to work very well since it's still kind of internal. And that is because we have this identical pattern being created. And so it's trying to make it the exact same angle and everything. So we're going to actually change it to path direction. And this way it makes it actually tangent to the path. And so it should work much, much better. As you can see right there, that's a lot better. With that, we can also change the quantity. So if we want to up it to, I don't know, 6, we can see how it's increased that. And you can also turn off a specific instance if you wanted to skip for whatever reason. But we can also change the type of distance type. I personally like spacing a lot better, especially in this instance where I don't know how long this path actually is. And so I'm just going to say I want the distance to be 1/4 inch, and let's just put 37 instances just to pull some numbers out of a hat. And it'll think a little bit because it's a little longer. And you can see, yeah, it went all the way around and then back up. And again, I can turn off any of them that I wish to not have turned on. And I'm actually just going to click OK for that. And then once that's processed, you can see that it took all of those instances and pushed them through, cutting off these little semicircles all the way around. So really, really useful operation or tool, especially if you're using, if you have a little bit more of a complicated curves, you don't want to spend the time drawing all of this out. And so very, very useful. If you have any questions, feel free to put a comment in the bottom. I'd love to hear. If you like this channel, if you've been enjoying these videos, please subscribe. I plan on continuing to make these couple a week, and I'll hope to see you in a future video.